Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Keeping Up with the Castle, your news show and discussion on everything Walt Disney World. On today's episode, there will be only one character dining option available at Walt Disney World when they open. Walt Disney World's Swan and Dolphin extends its closure to the end of July. Major League Soccer reaches agreement to play the 2020 season at the ESPN Wide World of Sports. And then Reflections, a Lakeside Lodge, the DVC vacation property, might be canceled. We're going to kind of break down and discuss briefly after that last topic what our thoughts are on that and kind of how that's going to gauge what might happen further with other construction topics. So all that and more up next. Welcome back to the show, everybody. My name is Colin. I'll be your host, and join with me every single episode, my co-host, Brendan. How you doing, man?
Doing good.
Yeah, myself as well. It feels good to be back in the studio. We got the green screen, the decor, the backdrop again, the better microphones, the much better lighting, and probably better video quality. So I am very excited to kind of bring an episode back in the studio for the first time in, 2 or 3 months? 3 months?
It's been a while.
So, however, we did get some more stuff to put up here, and I forgot it at my apartment, and I'm very upset about it. But next episode, you guys will see it. That being said, this is June 17th, 2020, and this is episode 58 of Keeping Up with the Castle podcast and videocast. Some news is out. We're getting real close to that Disney opening. We're excited to bring you some news, a lot of it all pretty much pertaining to Disney World, per usual. But we're going to kind of dive right in. So, Brendan, go ahead and take it away.
First up for the news today is there will only be one character dining option at the Walt Disney World Resort. Topolino Terrace at Disney's Riviera Resort will host the only character dining experience when the Walt Disney Resort reopens. There is no news whether more character dining options will be open by the time the theme parks open July 11th and July 15th. I think this is something that they can deal without for a little bit, so I'm not really too worried about this. I love character dinings, but it's not a make or break my trip.
Right. I think more so for children. You know, obviously, I still enjoy them. I'm not huge on them, but I like to throw one in there every once in a while. It's fun. But
I don't get why you would have one and not all the others.
Right.
So that's the only thing I don't get. Why would you have one and not?
What I think is they're going to use this as like a test bed on how the new way they're going to do it is, which in Topolino's, I've been there. I was there for breakfast right when they opened, and I think they're going to use this opening thing and redo it throughout the day, like every hour, 30 minutes. They each got called out on their own, like Daisy, Donald, Mickey, and Minnie.
Okay.
They all each did their little dance and like a lap around without seeing people. Then they visited everybody. Except I don't think they'll be visiting anybody this time.
But they'll come out and make their appearance.
Appearance.
Okay.
Backstage.
I could definitely see something like that. Just come out, do your show, give a wave to all the kids.
Right. And I'm going to put a little video in. I was in the very back of the restaurant. It happened far from us, so sorry about that. But I'm going to put in a snippet here where you guys can see. But it's really cool. Like on the loudspeaker, they introduce them like they're coming out for like a Broadway show or something.
That's cool.
And they're all in their cool outfits. But anyways, Topolino's the only character meal on property when they reopen. All right, guys. First up for my news topic for the day is that the Walt Disney World Swan and Dolphin extends its closure through the end of July, so past the actual opening date of Walt Disney World theme park. So this is a little interesting. So the Swan and Dolphin closed on March 24th, and the official site now lists the resort as closed through July 29th, 2020. The most recent reopening date prior to the extension was July 6th, but now they've updated it. So again, through July 29th, 2020, they're not going to be open. Some select Walt Disney World Resort hotels will reopen on June 22nd, specifically DVC properties, and then the first phase of the theme park reopening will begin on July 11th.
Yeah.
So this is interesting. They aren't owned by Disney yet. They're actually inside of the Disney bubble fully, unlike the Disney Springs hotels. This is a Marriott. But what do you think about this?
I think they're doing the right thing. But at the same time,
there's plenty of hotels.
Yeah, there's plenty of hotels. A couple more could have been opened. just to even spread out all the Disney people going. But personally, I don't even think all the hotels will be completely booked because usually people book Disney trips way far out, and it was kind of like that unsure thing for a long time. So
Right.
I think the parks, obviously, they're low capacity, so the hotel should be low capacity too. So it's not going to take too big of a hit.
With 20 to 25% capacity, 2 of the 30 plus hotels that they have that will be open eventually. I don't think it's necessary at the moment, and Marriott does have hotels open elsewhere, but I think they're worried of that intense tourism that Disney
might as well
has.
let Disney work all the kinks out, and then Marriott comes in right behind and goes, okay, we know what Disney's doing, we know we can follow whatever Disney's doing to keep that same standard.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. So, yeah, Swan and Dolphin are not open if you wanted to stay there. They do have the softest beds on property, so we're at a look.
Next up for my news is the Major League Soccer reaches an agreement to start the 2020 season at the ESPN Wide World of Sports.
Yep.
Major League Soccer will resume its 25th season at Walt Disney World Resort, hosting the MLS is Back tournament at the ESPN Wide World of Sports from June 8th to June 11th. The new tournament...
July 8th to August 11th.
July.
No worries.
Yeah. The new tournament will include all 26 MLS clubs competing in a continuous schedule of the 54 total matches that will take place nearly every day. The matches will count towards the 2020 MLS regular season standings, and the tournament winner will also earn a spot in the 2021 Scotia Bank Champions League. So, sports are just getting the back a swing of things. MLB hasn't started. I'm glad that MLS is starting. Soccer's also started in other countries. So I think this is a good step for everybody to watch sports again because
I agree.
I think NBA is starting around that same time.
Yeah, NBA is starting around the same time in the same place, the ESPN World of Sports. So it's going to be a lot of sports going on. We know more about NBA right now. They're going to be staying at Coronado Springs. Their whole schedule we kind of already know of essentially. But this is cool. MLS also playing there. I think they have like 16 fields.
Yeah, I've seen the baseball fields at Worldwide Sports. I've seen the basketball. I've never seen the soccer, so I actually don't know where those are actually even located on the property. But
they might even have the football fields that they mix. I'm not sure how they do it. But that being said, that's really cool. The MLS will be back. We're from Atlanta. We're filming in Atlanta. Atlanta United's real popular and real cool as of now. So it's something that we love to go see. So just being televised again, bringing any sort of sports back, I think it's cool.
Any sport.
And the fact that Disney is hosting is great. They obviously had no one around for quite a while and took a big hit. So I'm sure they have a nice contract for this, and the players get to play. So I think that's really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All right, last up for the news that's kind of going to lead us into the discussion is going to be that Reflections, a Lakeside Lodge Disney Vacation Club property, might have been canceled. So we have a very big and very serious rumor. If you're a DVC fan or a DVC member, this might have been something you were excited about. I am not currently, but there was a lot I was looking forward to. So the rumor has begun circulating recently that the proposed DVC property Reflections, Lakeside Lodge, has been canceled. So at this point, Disney has not made an official statement as to the status of the project, but a couple reputable Disney insiders have noted in forums that the project has either been postponed or potentially cut out completely. So crews have also been seen removing rebar and concrete from the construction site, plus a really large thing that we've all noticed in the most recent pictures from Bowery Construct on Twitter. I'm going to show you guys as I'm mentioning this. They have seeded the pretty much 2/3 of the whole construction zone where there was going to be buildings.
So they're just letting out seed to grow some grass.
Right, if you see that greenish color on the picture, that's what you're looking at. That's something that is only usually done at the very end of all of the construction. It's minor cosmetics at the end.
Yeah, because you have trucks going everywhere.
Right, and they're going to be digging, installing stuff, blah, blah, blah. That's a big tell that this might not happen. It is very likely that the project will see a delay at the very least as Disney continues to monitor the timeshare market as the economy attempts to recover from the pandemic. But for now, At least in my opinion, for the next 2-3 years, I don't think we'll see any construction because they did already mention and they have started. The one I thought they were going to bail on, but I guess it makes sense because they have a lot done. The whole framework, the Star Wars Hotel, they are going to continue. So I think this is necessary.
Yeah,
what do you think?
You might as well pause this one and try and get other things done around the whole park.
Right.
Other hotels, get those completed. Because this was still at the beginning stages of being constructed.
Just concrete plotting.
So really, their goal was to get it done by 50/50, which that was
2050.
The 50th
anniversary. I said 2050.
2021. So
you confused me.
So you might as well just stop because you're probably not going to have it done. And
right.
DVC, we do have a lot of those properties already.
We have a decent bit. I know it.
And Riviera just opened, less than a year ago.
A month or two before the holiday, Christmas holiday.
Yeah.
I think it was November.
There's no reason for another DVC.
They have plenty of it. And right now, of all the things, in my opinion, that are going to hurt on top of everything else, the reduced capacity, is the timeshare market. People, when they know they might not even be able to go, even if they're DVC and AP, they're not going to want to purchase right now with that uncertainty. So I think that's going to affect it. So that's going to bring us into our news topic. So this kind of leads us to believe that a lot of projects are going to be stalled or completely cut off as a whole. We've seen this happen in the last 30 years of Disney World quite a bit. The Eisner era had a lot of plans. They hit some, peaks and valleys, and they cut some out. He ran out of time. It happens a lot. So I personally think that 2 to 3 years minimum, though they might make reflections or it'll be cut out completely.
Yeah.
I'm not certain they'll ever even make it.
This is something that would have been great if you built it right away, but now at this point you might call it the same thing, but it's going to be a complete redesign because
time will go by.
Time
to restructure it. Maybe they'll think of something cooler. I don't know. But I was excited. There was going to be a Princess and the Frog restaurant.
Yeah, that's what I was
in there, which is only on the Alaska Disney Cruise Line, which I don't plan on doing anytime soon. So I'm hold on. I was excited for that, and now that's something I'm not going to be able to do. But a lot of other construction projects, like Spaceship Earth. So
was the first
that is right, and that has been officially announced by Disney. They are postponing the full entire refurbishment. I imagine they'll postpone it past the 50th anniversary.
Yeah, I think they'll start it. They're gonna start construction as soon as they notice the 50th anniversary is starting to die down because we all know it'll probably last a year, so maybe towards the tail end of that 50th anniversary, so closer to 2022.
Right.
Summer 2022, they'll start construction.
Right, and to save money after all this. It's
that
still
was
a working
ride.
That
was a big take.
It was going to be, I think, I don't remember the number, so I'm not even going to butcher it. But it was going to be costly, and I think it would be worth it, but it still is working. It's still a classic. I even wanted to ride it again, so I'm not too upset about it. They will do it eventually because it is that logo. It's the centerpiece. It's that icon. They will eventually do the refurb. That's not one I think they'll cancel.
Yeah, they will.
But next up is the Star Wars Hotel.
Yeah.
So that is something that they did confirm and they are kind of working on again. Mm-hmm. I think because they built so much of the structure, there's no going back.
Yeah, there's not
why
really.
Demolish it?
It is a smaller hotel, so
even very niche.
Yeah, it's very niche. But the only thing they have to worry about is technology, that it works properly, which. That comes on them, but they know they can have that building complete.
They can do all that, the screens. That'll be awesome. I'm looking forward to that a lot. But there's so much uncertainty right now. We're curious. What do you guys think about these few kind of things we've mentioned? Most of the other things, they're so far into the progress. Yeah. Cosmic Rewind, the Guardians coaster. They're gonna finish that no matter what by the 50th anniversary. Ratatouille will open.
Hopefully
this
the next
fall or
couple
winter
months,
for sure. I think for sure in 2020. I think there's a lot of hope for majority of the stuff, but I think we're going to see a few
just little things maybe.
Fallen attractions or
I think the Moana thing might go to the wayside for a little bit.
Right.
Just little. I think
at least delayed because that's going to be fairly cheap and mostly a walkthrough, but that overhaul was very intense. at Epcot. The Epcot overhaul was a lot. I don't think they can kind of grasp and handle it while guaranteeing finishing some of these other projects.
Yeah.
But that being said, again, let us know what you guys think about these news topics. Do you guys think Reflections is going to be canceled or just postponed? I'm curious about your thoughts. I want to hear your angle, or maybe you have some insider information I don't. But the fact that they're taking the rebar and concrete, man, I think it's a game changer.
For now.
But please comment below if you want to talk about it. Please hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed the video, and if you have not already, please smash the subscribe button. We would appreciate that. It would help us more than you know, as well as you would see all the new content right when it arrives and drops. That being said, do you have anything else, Brendan?
No. Have a good week.
Yeah, have a good week. Take care, and we'll see you next episode.